So the speech that I wanted to talk about today was that by Alf Dubs, Lord Dubs, who has probably done more than any other parliamentarian to bring to our attention the often incredibly difficult circumstances of child refugees, children, lone children without their parents trying to seek refuge and asylum in this country, and indeed our own response to them, which, to be frank, has not always been generous. And he was talking about something that happened last week, which I'm going to say was one of the most vile and cowardly and egregious political acts I think I've ever actually witnessed. And that was a move by Robert Jenrick, who's an immigration minister, who decided that a Mickey Mouse mural should be painted over in the housing of the refugee centres that welcomes children. He thought the whole idea of a Mickey Mouse welcome was going to be an incentive to these toddlers who presumably were not deciding off their own bat to try and come to these shores. And so you will now see murals painted over to make them look less encouraging to youngsters. So the first image you get when you come here as a child is somebody who has gone out of their way and indeed spent money and time making them feel unwelcome. And this was Lord Dubs' response to that act in the Lords yesterday.
To the arrival centre in Dover, which had cartoons and welcoming signs for children, and which were ordered to be removed by the Home Office Minister because it might make the children feel too welcome. Isn't that a disgrace? And isn't it time that government backbenchers felt as embarrassed as we are that this is happening in our country?
The murals that the noble lord refers to were provided by our detention contractors and were not commissioned or approved by the Home Office.
I tell you what, if there is anything that makes Lord Dubs' point more powerful, with more moral force, it is the response that, well, the painting of the mural was not commissioned by the Home Office. It was done by the contractors.
When anyone says the word requisite, you know that they're onto a losing bloody wicket, don't you?
Yeah. So well done, Lord Dubs, who's got a fantastic history. I mean, he was also centrally involved, I seem to remember, in the setting up of Oxfam, and had played a big role in, when it was...
And a child refugee himself.
Yeah, and a child refugee himself.
The Newsagents. This is a Global Player original podcast.